All right, guys, welcome in here on a Tuesday. It's another edition of the Joe Raineri Show, brought to you by uwager.lv, as well as our good friends at payperhead.com. And if you guys have not checked it out already, make sure that you check the links, write down the phone number if you've ever wanted a career in the sports betting industry. If you thought, you know what, I'd love to have some sort of business here where, I don't know, maybe you could be the book, right? Because Lord knows there's not enough of those. There's a lot of people that love to play and love to bet, but have you ever thought what it's like to be on the other side? Because it's a hell of a lot easier than you guys think. So whether it be just your friends, your coworkers, your guys are in your dorm, whatever it may be, there are always some people around that are looking for a place to place a couple of bets. Well, what if you had all the software, all the support, everything you needed to get yourself set up? All you needed was to make a phone call, and that's exactly what Payperhead.com offers. Partnering up with these guys has never been easier, and we'll have some information here coming up. In fact, just had a recent opportunity to speak with a gentleman that just signed up with them, ended up watching this and ended up reaching out to him, and in about 20 minutes he got himself all set up. He is ready to go, and he could not believe it was easy as it was, and it was. It's unbelievably easy. So do yourself a favor here, guys. Write the phone number there, 888-762-2111. That's 888-762-2111. We're not talking about brick and mortar. We're not talking about billions of dollars that you've got to have. No, you just need to make the effort to pick up, and you will have all the support you ever need in one of the industry's leading software consultants there at Payperhead. So call them at 888-762-2111. Get it set up here today, guys. I'm telling you, the ultimate side hustle available to you. Football season, college football season, NBA, college hoops. It's all right in front of us, and there is plenty of opportunities for you to have your own side business, your own side hustle, simply by picking up the phone and getting in touch with our friends at Payperhead. So can't wait for you to actually meet the guy that I interviewed him earlier today, and it was priceless. The guy, he's a chef. He's got a full-time job, but, you know, the people at the restaurant and the bar, he thought, you know, what a great idea this might be if he could offer to, the people sitting at the bar a chance to log on and go ahead and place a few wagers. And yeah, he's off and running, and he could not be happier. So cool stuff. You'll have an opportunity to meet him this week. We'll go ahead and let you hear what he had to say. But in the meantime, tonight, we've got ourselves some Major League Baseball. 16 games on the card. Plenty of opportunity for you guys to be able to profit. And let me just say this tonight, please. I know it's football season. College football. NFL, I get it, right? You guys are focused on that, but I'm telling you, there's 6 games left in the Major League Baseball season for a lot of teams, but there is huge opportunity and value on the board tonight for the sports investor. If you guys have bet baseball at all this year, or if you're just looking at the card right now and going, I wonder, I see a lot of big numbers on this card, -$2, -$3, -$4. Yeah, just when you thought teams had nothing to play for because they were out of the postseason, yeah, you guys, I'm telling you right now, the opportunity for you to be able to profit tonight is there. And in fact, I couldn't think of anybody better to bring on than our good friend Dr. Chuck's RX, who has killed it all 150 some odd games this season over at sportsmemo.com. And if you guys have not done so, he's got his free plays up there right now tonight over at sportsmemo.com. All you have to do is head over there. That's it, sportsmemo.com. Make sure you're following Dr. Chuck at Dr. Chuck RX. He's going to join us here in just a minute, and we are going to get you guys all set up tonight, because him and I both have a couple of free plays that we really love that we want you to know about, because everything is about situational spots right now. And in Major League Baseball, yeah, we've got managers retiring. We've got guys that are going for milestones that are pitching. It's the game within the game. And just because a team isn't going to be playing in October and postseason doesn't mean there's not value on the board, guys. The pricing, There is huge opportunity on run lines here tonight, both in the reverse run line situation as well as the minus run line situation for the home favorites. Yeah, plenty on the board. We're going to go over that coming up here, but we also want to remind you, of course, the thing that you need to worry about most, even during football season, is making sure that you're not betting teams, but yet you are betting numbers, guys, all right? Nobody gives a crap what the jersey says. Nobody cares about the Jets, the Cowboys. Nobody matters. The only thing that matters is you get the right number. And how do you do that? You need an opportunity to be able to shop and get the best number. How do you get the best number? Well, let's face it, you need a book that you can rely upon there, that you can go ahead and shop. You need more than one option, and that's why we keep telling you about UWager. 1-800-UWager. The code is JRS50. Go get yourself a 100% deposit bonus match right now. You pick up the phone. They are waiting for you. Operators are standing by. Probably the best customer service in all of the offshore situations, guys. 1-800-UWager. The code is JRS50. Great people, great pricing. And, oh, yeah, they are there right now with that 100% deposit bonus. Put 50 in, they're going to match it up to 50. You put 100 in, they'll match 100. It's that simple, guys. Get it going. 1-800-UWager. The code is JRS50. They'll go ahead and put that 100% deposit bonus match in there. All right, without any further ado, let's bring in our good friend, Dr. Chuck RX from SportsMemo.com. Let's make you some money in Major League Baseball here tonight. Hey guys, welcome in here. It is a Tuesday night, and all we've got tonight is, baseball. The final 6 games for many of these teams in the 2019 Major League Baseball season. It's coming to a close here, guys. We've got October baseball, postseason baseball just around the corner, and we've got storylines galore here in Major League Baseball, which is what makes it so much fun to be able to play here, because there's a lot of moving parts this time of year during the Major League Baseball season, which makes it, from a betting perspective, a whole lot of value, a whole lot of edges to be had here. And a guy who sits in a rocking chair on his porch and spends all damn day looking for these edges is our good friend, Dr. Chuck RX from SportsMemo.com. And if you guys have not done so, we would encourage you to head over to SportsMemo.com. Go ahead. As a matter of fact, he's got free plays up there right now for tonight that you're going to want to jump on. We got a couple of extra free plays we're going to throw your way right now. Yeah. But don't be shy about Major League Baseball. Don't act like, it's baseball. No, there is value to be had tonight on the slate of cards here, and we're going to point you in the right direction. So, Dr. Chuck, let me ask you this here, man. It's a full slate. We've already had a game early today, early doubleheader there that Washington's already taken care of, Philadelphia. But tonight, big matchup, Scherzer, Nola going on the mound there. Washington, listen, they're trying to secure home field during this wild card situation. So they're still playing for something. We know the Brewers are still playing for something. Theoretically, the Cubs, the Mets, a lot of teams still got something going on here tonight. When you looked at the card, what did you like here? Where'd your eyes go on the card tonight?
Yeah, in addition to that, the Twins and Indians, as we were discussing off there, they're both oddly, it sure feels like the Twins have done enough to be done by this damn point, but they are still fighting. But so you mentioned the Nats. We were on the Nats earlier today, and there's a pretty good trend for home teams in the second leg of a doubleheader. They got their potential Cy Young pitcher going on the mound against Nola, who's been up and down. We like to back him on a semi-regular basis, and he was up for the Cy Young last year, so it's kind of a pretty showcase night for us baseball dorks that are excited about a baseball game that matters between two of the top level pitchers. It makes me think of that Carrie Underwood song. I've been waiting all day for Tuesday night, because I do love the football season, but what I love most about the beginning of the football season is baseball betting. Yes. Because nobody is looking this way. We talk about it every week. I was on last week on Tuesday, and we put out a bunch of plays, crushed them all. It's just too advantageous. I was talking about the free play I have up at Sports Memo right now. And one of the things that my eyes pointed out to, the Cubs are struggling. They have lost 6 games in a row. They lost a 4-game homestand to the Cardinals in a 4-game series that mattered completely for the division. Whoever could take this series, and the Cubs needed a little bit more, but they're at home.
Yep.
They are the pedigree of the division, and they lost all 4 games at home after losing 2 leading into it to the Reds, all at Wrigley. And they go to Pittsburgh tonight as a $2 favorite. Like, I can't fathom. My free play up there is Pirates plus 1.5 at even money. It's ridiculous. Kyle Hendricks is on the mound. Chris Bryant got hurt. They're upset about Chris Bryant getting hurt. They want to file a grievance. Yep. I don't know where Joe Madden's head is at. He's probably drunk on his red wine by the time this game starts. And, I definitely think that sticks out. I definitely think the Nats are worth another look for tonight with Max. He hasn't looked extremely great recently coming down the stretch for the Cy Young. I mean, I think it's probably still down to maybe him and DeGrom. It looks like for the metric heads, as far as the Cy Young voters go, it's a little more convoluted than the AL. But we talked off air. I can't see how the Marlins may not pull that huge upset 2 nights in a row.
Yep, right.
This is the time of year where you can get those plus 240, plus 250, even better dogs to win a game.
That's correct.
And it blow a minus 110 line out of the water with regular vig.
Mm-hmm.
Totally looking at the A's on the road, guaranteed all 9 at bats, facing a lefty who they dominate in a divisional matchup where they would love to send the Angels to an even worse season than they already were having. And an even better season they're already having. I would probably lay the run line there with that line. Clevenger, the Indians who need their game like blood, the Twins who need their game like blood, they both have pitchers on the mound that have kind of dominated their opponent. I think you were saying Clevenger's ERA and WHIP are both around like maybe 1.
Yeah,
against the White Sox.
Mm-hmm.
Harder with a home team than it is with the Twins, but there is a lot of value out there. Reds, they can play a little bit of spoiler with the Brewers who need their game. They got Sonny Gray on the mound who, is in the Cy Young conversation as well, and they're at home.
That's correct.
There's a lot of good stuff.
Yep. It's across the board, guys. There is value across the board. One of the games that I'm looking at, of course, is a guy we've made a lot of money with here all season long. He's taken the mound in a very unique situation because not everybody is playing for postseason berth. Not everyone is playing spoiler. There are some other aspects, some other things that are going on right now. For instance, you got Madison Bumgarner going tonight at home. The San Francisco Giants taking on the Colorado Rockies. And the reason why, now neither of these teams are heading to the postseason, so what do they got to play for? Well, it's Bruce Bochy's final homestand as a manager. We know he is retiring at the end of the year. There are 6 games left for the Giants. It is a 6-game homestand. It starts with the Colorado Rockies here tonight. The Giants are 12-5 in Bumgarner's last 17 starts, in his last home starts, rather. He's 9-2, rather, in his last home starts, 12-5 in his last 17 overall starts, and 5-0 in his last 5 starts against the Rockies. And to be at home, to be able to send Bruce Bochy off in a victorious fashion here, the place is going to be rocking, going to be a lot of Bochy fans there, and Bumgarner and Bochy, they're thick as thieves here. So I could see Bumgarner showing up here tonight. It's not a bad price. I mean, the money line price is actually not too bad, hovering around the 165, minus 165, but you can get the run line for even better there. First 5.5. I definitely think the Giants and Bumgarner are going to do everything they can to take it home. And keep an eye on the Red Sox here tonight, guys. While the Red Sox are disappointed that they are not going to the postseason here this year, they still have something to play for tonight because I believe Rodriguez on the mound here tonight for them, and he's going for his 20th win. 20th. Yeah. And he has been in, no Chris Sale, no David Price. This guy has been steady as a rock for him. If you don't think his teammates are going to go out there looking to get him number 20, the 20th win of the season, 200 innings and 20 wins, you're out of your mind, taking on the Texas Rangers, who are going to be throwing out Volquez, then, a whole bunch of gas cans after that they're going to be throwing. I do think the Red Sox come out there fired up, ready to get him his 20th win. So it's not necessarily about just the teams looking to play spoiler or make it to the postseason. It's also about some other things at this time of year that are going on for teams that are already out of it, like the Red Sox, for instance, trying to get him number 20, and Bumgarner trying to send Bruce Bochy off in style there at home, final 6 games of the season, trying to make the victory parade for Bruce Bochy a little bit sweeter here tonight.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, how much is $1.65 to pay for a winner? You know, I mean, it's not – the Rockies aren't winning this game.
No.
It's it's not happening, and it's one of those things where it sounds conceited to say something like that, and if it seemed too good to be true in the middle of June when it's all Vegas odds makers have to look for, then it probably is too good to be true. If it seems too good to be true on 9/24 following a Monday night game that probably took more money than the entire 15-game slate's going to take tonight,
right?
It's just not. They don't care.
Yep.
And it's totally just, it's Mad Bum 160.
Yep.
And we see where the money goes. And there's nobody, we talked about this, nobody that is in the public on a Tuesday following a Monday night game where they all had action, because who can watch a game without having action on it nowadays?
Of course, right? Yep.
They are not betting today. They're licking their wounds. They probably did have the over and the Bears, so they probably got 2 wins last night, luckily for them.
Yep.
But they're not betting today.
Nope.
And it doesn't matter how big the slate is. It doesn't matter there was a standalone game earlier. It doesn't matter some of these games matter. It's just it isn't too good to be true.
That's right.
And it kind of leads into the play I'm looking at for my free play. It's the Twins on the road. The Odorizzi's going. They have not clinched yet. We were discussing off air. They've had just a dream season, and the Indians are such like a fly in the ointment that they still haven't clinched. The Astros and the Yankees have not looked a ton better than the Twins for a lot of the season, and Rocco Baldelli has this team, still grooving, still holding on. I think we probably predicted back around the trade deadline, you and I both, they're dead now. This is it. They're young. They've not been here before. They can't pull this off. The Indians can't lose. The Indians went to the playoffs every year into the World Series, and the Twins are still there.
That's correct.
But they have more work to do. And their offense is killer, and Odorizzi's on the mound, and I think it's just like barely over $2. I'd lay the run line on all 9 at-bats. Umpire situation tonight with Tony Randazzo behind the plate. He's a 12-6 away umpire. It's just probably going to be a bloodbath and only get them to needing 2 more wins to even clinch the division. So
taking on Spencer Turnbull of Detroit, who I don't think has won since 2018, possibly in Double-A.
And he was worth backing early in the season, and he's a pretty solid kid. But that's not how it's going to work tonight, And this is coming from a guy who, we joked back and forth. I faded Odorizzi for about 90 days straight to start the season because he outpitches his metrics every day. But outpitching your metrics, if you haven't regressed to the mean by now, there's no reason you're going to in your last start. And there's no reason not to back this guy. I think they're probably going to hammer Detroit into submission even by the 3rd inning.
Yep, I agree 100%. So, there's a lot of things on this board here tonight, guys, that provide great value for you. In fact, we haven't done it, but Dr. Chuck RX, by the way, guys, sportsmemo.com, if you have not checked it out, he is his plays are up there. In fact, his free plays are there. You can get. He's got his 5% Tuesday top dog play that is there available for you as well. But you can check out the write-ups under the free sports plays. You can see exactly who, what, where, and how. As I completely have somehow managed to completely lose the website there, but it is. Trust me, it's there. Sportsmemo.com. The opportunity for you guys to be able to go get the free plays, get the information. Knowledge is power, and Dr. Chuck RX has been fantastic all year long. And I don't think we've had a chance to do it, but, him and I behind the scenes have we've actually cashed a number of run line parlays over the last month here, have we not? And we've put together a few of our favorite run lines because of the value that they present to us we have been looking at these cards over the month of September going, well, getting a run and a half here at this price, run and a half. Next thing you know, you've got a 2, 3, or 4 team run line parlay that's paying astronomical numbers. And these are teams that are all going to have the opportunity to win outright, no less. So there's, you got a couple of situations like that on the board tonight. Yeah, we're very confident. I'm very confident that the Oakland A's will win by more than a run against a left-handed pitcher. They are the most profitable team against lefties all year long. But you've got a situation there on a run line, minus 135, minus 140 there. He mentioned it, the Miami Marlins there. Does anybody really think the Mets? What? Mr. Noah Syndergaard, Mr. Softy, he gets upset if he doesn't have the right catcher. I don't know. I'm looking at the Marlins getting a run and a half at plus 105. There are the Diamondbacks plus 105 also going up against the Cardinals, who might be a little bit overvalued here tonight. You go down a list, there's a couple of possibilities here for run lines that, including Danny Duffy of the Kansas City Royals, who I know a lot of people might be going, Danny Duffy. Yeah, well, the guy over the second half of the season has been lights out for Kansas City and really started to come around, worked on a couple of things on his mechanics, and got a little more variety with his pitches there. And now all of a sudden, Danny Duffy is a possibility not only on a first 5, but Kansas City with Atlanta. What's Atlanta playing for exactly at this particular point? Plus 1.5. Well, minus 110.
I think you could make an argument. You can make an argument the Braves are thinking they can get home field advantage, but guys, Danny Duffy, home.
Yep.
It's a solid line. The Braves, it's really hard to psychologically convince yourself you really can top the Dodgers and not have to go to LA for the NLCS if you're going to get there. But Ned Yost just announced he's retiring. And
yes,
this guy won a World Series.
Thank you.
The Royals dived into the cellar pretty quickly after that, and unfortunately that happens. It's kind of the way this works if you're not built like the Astros. But he just announced he's retiring. They're at home. Danny Duffy's playing, and the Braves just don't have a whole lot to go on.
Yep.
And my fade prototype of Julio Teheran is pitching on the mound for the Braves.
Yeah.
And it's just, we didn't bring this one up. It's kind of like taking candy from a baby on the plus 1.5 with the home team, like you mentioned. I mean, the Marlins on the run line, adding it to our parlay, is plus money.
That's correct. Big money.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ramos might catch. The
Yep.
Mets are basically out, or are they already eliminated?
Yep.
And yeah, I mean,
there's some opportunity here, guys, tonight. Is what we're saying. So if you want to put together a couple of these little. You throw a couple of bucks down, you grab a couple of these plus run lines here. Pittsburgh, Miami, Kansas City. I mean, you go down the list here, guys. There's opportunities at plus money for you guys to put together a nice little 2, 3, 4-teamer run line. All are in play to win these games outright as well. So definitely
you can reach out.
Some value.
If you reach out to either of us on Twitter, we can let you know what we're
Yes.
on. Unfortunately, the website platform doesn't have the ability yet. I think that's in the works probably going forward to do something like a parlay teaser type situation.
Yep.
We don't have that yet. But reach out to us on Twitter at Dr. Check RX and at Joe Raineri here. It's not something we can give out, but I will gladly give out any of the run line plays I'm personally on. The way we focus, we like to narrow down home teams getting the plus 1.5, away teams maybe laying the minus 1.5. If I had to throw one together off the top of my head, it's pretty hard not to make a nice little 4-teamer of Twins, A's, Marlins, and Royals.
I'm with you.
You're trying to get something that's probably going to play close to damn near double digits to 1.
That's correct.
We'd have to put that into the calculator and see where that comes out. But that's the kind of play Joe and I would talk about playing tonight. And if one of those loses in a hard, I mean, you're going to win 3 of them. You just got to get that.
Yep, you're going to have exactly it. You are definitely going to have it. As a matter of fact, we'll put the Twins. I'll do it right now so you guys can get an idea of what we're looking at here with the A's. So if we do the A's, the Kansas City Royals, the Miami Marlins, and the Minnesota Twins, all run lines, guys, you are looking at about 11-1. So. There you go. You got 11-1 there in any combination of those teams is good. The Oakland A's, Our friends over at UWager right now have them a run and a half -140. The Twins run and a half -150. But you got Miami plus a run and a half at +115 and Kansas City plus 1.5 at -110. So there's, you got some opportunities here, guys, to mix and match, have some fun, and you don't have to take out a second mortgage, but you can have a little action tonight if you're itching for it, or if not, it's probably you need to go see a pharmacist and get some cream, or go see a doctor or something along those lines. But that itch can be handled, I can assure you, simply by heading over to sportsmemo.com. Reach out to Dr. Chuck. Make sure you're tailing him on Twitter at Dr. Chuck RX. Great stuff as always, my man. We will we'll put together a couple of these run line parlays. We'll have some fun tonight, and then we'll be back at it again tomorrow, because more value, more opportunities in Major League Baseball will exist. And, of course, we'll be getting ready for Week 4 of the NFL season, beginning Thursday night, Week 5 of the college football season, Friday night. We got a lot of stuff to bring your way, too, so we'll do that again. Keep out for it. Dr. Chuck RX, at Dr. Chuck RX on Twitter, sportsmemo.com. My friend, good luck with your plays here tonight. As always, thanks for taking the time. We'll be back again tomorrow, guys, at some time. Stop by and see us. Dr. Chuck, good luck, brother.
Thank you, buddy. I hope to be back tomorrow. And don't forget to check out Sports Memo. My top MLB play today is just $2. $2 Tuesday promo, and a couple of extra codes in there. So check it out. It's a solid winner for a pretty cheap price, couple of singles.
Yeah, that's correct.
Good to be here. Hope to see you tomorrow.
Yep, Dr. Chuck RX. There it is, guys, right there. SportsMemo.com. Get there today. We'll talk to you tomorrow, Dr. Chuck.
Thanks, Joe. Be good.